Hi, this is Sean, and in this lesson I'd like to introduce you to the triplet major third, and I'll be using some examples in phrases of the chromatic majors that I've taught earlier, and I'll put a link in the description if you haven't already seen that lesson. So with the triplet major, this of course comes from the rules of thirds strategy that I teach. We take this major third, or indeed any major third, and we make a triplet at the bottom by starting on the root, going up to the two of it, back to the root, half step below, and then finish the third. Okay, so in time it would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're using quaver triplets or eighth note triplets depending on where you are in the world. So we could do that anywhere where there's a major third. This is the ascending. I'll show you the descending pattern and then we'll put them into phrases. This is a major third as well. Let's play the same thing. So up to the 2, down a half step, and up to the third. Okay. Just from that you can start to make some phrases before even joining it to other things. So let's do that first, because I know some of you won't have seen the other lesson I did on the chromatic major. So I'll begin by just taking these triplet majors themselves and join them to things that anybody could do, and then I'll do some examples joining them to the chromatic major thirds, ascending and descending, that you may have learned in the other lessons. So starting with a triplet major on C, if you just extend the chord all the way up, you'll have a phrase. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we could have had the third here, so we're still thinking about C major 7 at the moment, or anything that these notes sound good on progressions based in C. So here's the triplet major between G and B, upper to the second of that G, down a half step, and then down the chord. Okay, in time: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are some basic phrases you could make with the triplet majors and joining them to other chord phrases. You could of course join them to other scale phrases, so it could be straight down the scale. And of course it can take its own form after that. Now that's the ascending triplet major, just joining to other chords and scales. Now we're going to join them to the chromatic major, which I've taught in another lesson. So this is the chromatic major. Quick recap. Couldn't resist a quick recap. That's the chromatic major. If you have a third, all half steps or semitones up, same on the way down. So let's join some chromatic majors to some triplet majors as well. See what we can do. Here's the G to B. So I'll begin with a triplet major ascending and a chromatic major descending. Simple phrase. Okay, so it would be a great beginning of a phrase. I can hear it as a solo break or something, so you've got something like that, or indeed any part of a phrase. You could practice getting to it within the middle of a phrase, so you could say up the scale and then finish it the way we had. Okay, let's see if I can get the fingering to work on that. Yeah, there are so many ways you could do it. I think I did it better before. You could watch the video and see. So this is the triplet major again, but this time descending. We still go up, down in the scale, half step or semitone, down to the original, the root of that third. Okay, so up, half step, down the scale, half step, back to where the third begins. This would be the equivalent on this major third. Up to the scale, and this is why I don't want to say just up a half step or semitone. because there may be cases where that's not true. For example, if we were playing D minor 7 in the key of C, where we would use these notes, the C notes, our triplet major third descending would go up to a scale note, which is a whole tone this time. Can you see how I'm using the rules of thirds? So that's why I'm saying scale note up, or just up to the second. Back to where we were. G major, it's triplet major ascending. There's a whole phrase. So triplet major up, chromatic major down, and there we are. Let's do some with descending triplet majors, which is what I promised. That would be up, down the scale, half step back, okay? Straight down a chord. Well, this for me, I say straight down a chord, these for me are the notes in C major 7. And I just finished a step lower. Okay, we could begin it by going 1, 2. What did I put at the beginning? Chromatic major. I'm playing some other thirds I haven't shown you yet. So triplet majors joins to chromatic majors can be great. Here's a triplet major down, chromatic major up, and up a chord. Something like that. So play around with the triplet majors, ascending pattern, descending pattern, try it on different chords, see how you get on.